Well, boys, this weekend was wild. We had a hat trick of hat tricks in the Premier League. And guess what? Now we get to break for the international break. This is Red Card Radio. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name's James, support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that's Sean. He supports Tottenham Hotspurs. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. We've got the review of Match Week 4, but most importantly, we've got our Red Card Radio kit review fiasco. So we're going to get right into the review section of this podcast. We're kicking it off where the weekend ended. We're kicking it off in North London at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1. I guess I'll just lead it off, boys. Arsenal dominated them, obviously by the scoreline. You can see it wasn't close. Arsenal handled it the whole time, and it was just an easy game, right? Not much to say, right?
Yeah. It was like you guys broke away from them super early and didn't leave the game late to figure out who the winner was.
Yeah.
Or a shoddy offside call there.
Okay, time. Okay,
set it in the right direction.
Okay, memes aside, it was a tight game. It was 1-1. Rashford took the lead in like the 40th minute, whatever it was. I don't know. Arsenal equalized 60 seconds later, so it's 1-1 going to halftime. Garnacho is a second half sub, comes on, scores in the 88th minute. The goal's disallowed via offside, and you're telling me that it's a shoddy call? What's shoddy about it, Brad? Tell me what's shoddy about it.
I was just making memes. It was a very, very tight offsides call.
He's never offsides by any eyeball.
Except for the eyeballs that matter.
Dang.
The computer's eyeballs that draw the lines.
Computers don't have eyeballs.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that high level explanation in computing. You are correct. It's the VAR referee who is putting the lines on. If you're mad about the lines, then we just got to get rid of the lines in general. If that's what you're advocating for, then that's fine. We can do it. But you can't be mad that the lines showed he was offside and they called him offside. That's all I'm saying.
Why don't at this point we have dedicated back last defender cameras that just slide on a cable and just follow them?
I mean, they have semi-automated offside with UEFA competitions. Like, I don't understand why the Premier League is so hesitant to utilize semi-automated offsides.
Money.
It's the richest league in the. If Italy can afford to have semi-automated offsides, then England absolutely can afford to have semi-automated offsides.
I'm not saying if they can afford it or not, but would you want to go into your profits?
You heard Dean. That's my mate on the field. They don't want to do away with their mates.
Okay, Dean said after this game, he was doing his stuff for whoever he works for now. He said the lines can't lie. And so the lines are computer generated. Like the lines are straight. They're perpendicular to the end line, to the sidelines. And so like, as long as the lines get drawn.
If you click the defender to draw the line on.
Okay, but that's not the question. Like none of that's. There's no shenanigans with this. You guys are just salty about the fact that it was a close offside call and he was offside and he got called. Like,
no, I'm not salty about it. I am here for the Manchester United implosion. That keeps happening.
A line got drawn in the sand when hair got tugged against Chelsea, but old Dino decided, no, that's my mate on the field. I don't want to embarrass him.
Oh man,
since lines don't lie.
Hey, well, did you guys have a goal allowed against you last year because no one drew the lines? Because Lee Mason forgot to draw the lines. Because if you want to talk about lines, I got some grievances when it comes to VAR lines. So,
hey, you know what? Just like Cucurella might have liked it, maybe that player wasn't such a fan of the lines. Yeah.
Well, no, memes aside, it was actually a really good game. I think Arsenal. All right, so as an Arsenal fan, I look at that game and I watch and I say, I think Arsenal deserved to win the game. But at the same time, Arsenal could have very, very easily deserved to lose the game with how maybe haphazardly is the way we approached the game. United were in the game. It was a close game, and anyone could win it. Someone asked me beforehand, what should happen? Like, what should you expect from this game? And I said, I think Arsenal's a better team than Manchester United, but I think this is a huge rivalry in England, and anything can happen. And so I wouldn't have been surprised if United won. I'm very, very relieved that Arsenal did win. And I think it was a good win for us. So,
Bro, that Declan goal was dope.
It was funny the way he took the ball like off of his face, like when the corner comes in, he's just like almost shocked that it got to him. And he just, he did what he had to do. It wasn't, Gabriel did not foul Johnny Evans. And can we just laugh about the fact that Manchester United in this year, 2023, had a center back pairing in the English Premier League at one point in this game of Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. This team,
it's delightful.
This team, Manchester United, has 2 World Cup winning center backs on their squad, and they at one point had Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire paired to each.
Which is the perfect backline, and they should start them every game. Best defense in the league. I want this to continue. And Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire should be the starting pair next week.
Sergio Reguilon as a left back. Break. Dude, this is a killer. This is a killer defense right here.
Killer.
Ten Hag is just working his way through that lineup of just pissing everyone off until he's just down to just Maguire and Johnny Evans.
Don't worry. And the Glazers are pissing everybody else off that Ten Hag doesn't.
Oh, man. This Manchester United team is the gift that keeps giving this year. Okay. Enough said about Arsenal, because obviously, it was a good game. But Brad, I have a small, it's just a minor, I don't know if it's a bone to pick with you. Perhaps it's just something I want to remind you of that I said last week. Last week I told you that Nottingham Forest is a good squad, and that you should be careful because they played Arsenal tight, they played Manchester United tight. They were unlucky to lose against Manchester United. So be on the lookout. And you told me with your whole chest, Sean, you can correct me on that. He said it with his whole chest that Chelsea would win the game 3-0.
Yeah.
Sean, can you tell me who won that game?
No, the ticker can tell them. The ticker can tell them. We don't need to vocalize.
In case it's on the backside of the ticker, because we can't see it. It was Chelsea Forest 0-1.
That's correct. So Brad,
0 goals.
What happened?
Yeah, so I actually really did think we would have had 3 goals until I saw 2 attackers, a defender playing left wing, so 5 defenders on the field, 2 6s and a hybrid 8.
Are you saying that you just bought players because they are good and they absolutely have no definitive fit into your team whatsoever?
I'm saying that our fit was weird.
And you buy players with reckless abandon that don't actually fit onto the field?
No. I'm saying that the team selection was weird this time.
Okay, but here's a question for you. Isn't the long-term midfield Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia?
Yes.
And you just complained about having 2 6s on the field. How do you feel about having 3 6s on the field?
I'm fine if we have a left winger.
But you just said
100 million.
We didn't have what so towards the end of the game when we actually had more attacking players on the field, we looked good. We relied on Raheem Sterling to run down, take his defender 1-on-1, come back and cross it in, and nobody was in there besides Nico.
Brad,
so it was 1-on-3.
You have a left winger. It's Mikhailo Mudryk.
Yeah, who's been injured. We have 9 injuries already.
Okay,
but he should be coming back healthy after this. But I don't understand why it's Ben Chilwell.
No. Mudryk's been on the bench every week. So claiming that he's injured, I think is getting to be a little bit long in the tooth now, because he's playing in every game. He's coming on as a sub. And so you're telling me that he's just not fit to play 90 minutes?
Yes.
How?
That's been the thing.
So he had a lung injury.
Yeah. What's the issue? What's the issue?
I think it was
pneumonia or
hammy. I think it was a hammy, and then getting back up to match fitness.
I'm not a physiologist, but I would imagine that sitting cold on a bench for
60,
60,
75 minutes.
75 minutes and sprinting for 30 is probably the worst thing you could do for your hamstring versus run pretty hard for 90.
I don't know. Like this whole thing, I feel like there's something else going on there in that perhaps Pochettino sees something in training that he doesn't like, perhaps. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into this and this is just really match fitness and that will come back. But here's going to be the indictment to your statement, Brad. If he plays 2 full 90 minutes for Ukraine in the upcoming international break,
then it is a question of what's going on. I don't disagree with you.
Okay, because wasn't he playing Gallagher out there on the left? Isn't that how you guys lined up?
No, Chilwell on the left, and Colwell as our left back.
Okay,
it's a 4-2-3-1, but Chilwell as the left mid left winger.
Yeah, that's not the play.
No. And like I don't think Lavia's gonna if Nkunku is healthy, Lavia is the rotation for Caicedo. It's a Caicedo Enzo pairing with Nkunku as the 10. When healthy. So January.
That to me, who's playing with a 10 these days? No one's playing with a 10.
Playing, but during preseason he was playing as like a second striker essentially.
So who's going to be in your midfield if Nkunku's playing as your second striker?
Like, he was playing like a 10 second striker.
He's playing right behind Jackson, is what you're saying.
Yes.
So you guys are just going to get run over in midfield. You're going to have two midfielders sitting in front of your center backs, and then nothing in the middle because you've got wingers and fullbacks. Like wing backs, like what is this the box? So last year Allegri played the box offense for Juventus where they just passed. It was a square. There's nobody in the middle. Is this what Pochettino's doing? It's just nobody in the middle.
No, everything's going through Enzo.
Do the square.
No, everything's going through Enzo.
Okay, well, I wish you luck.
Yeah, well, we're gonna figure this out. It's coming together. It was a bad loss, like 100%. This is a should have won game.
I guess something's coming together. I'm not sure what.
It's coming together great for me and my ha-has is what it's coming together for.
You had a coming together this weekend.
Yeah.
Tottenham in the goal.
Yeah. Catapulted us to sole possession of second place in the table.
I mean, assuming. Okay, sure.
Goal differential.
Yep. It did that, Sean.
It is funny that we are all spread out by one. The goal differential of all 4 teams with 10 points is 7-6-5-4.
Yeah.
That is funny. So you have one. How did you do that?
What do you mean?
Oh, you won by 2. You won by 2-1-1. All right.
Yeah.
I was just doing math.
No, we won by 1-1-2.
Yeah. That's what I said. No, it was good. The offense is playing the way it's intended. It's fun to watch. It's exhilarating, and then seeing a bunch of goals go in is fantastic, especially for Sonny because he was getting a lot of flack for not scoring when this offense doesn't seem. If we're in possession the way we've been in possession, it doesn't seem to lend itself to forward goals. In any way, so I would say the same about Richarlison as well, but and Kulusevski. But if there's 89 people in the box, the forwards are too far forward and it's too congested. So, and a lot of the 2 of Son's goals, I believe, were off the break. So,
quick question for you, Sean.
Yes.
Based on the strength of the schedule, the strength of the opponents you guys have played so far this year, are you pretty confident about Spurs keeping this up? Do you feel like you want to see Spurs play a pretty stern test against someone, maybe away at an Anfield, away at City, away at Arsenal, play one of the big boys in like an adverse situation to really get a good feel for this team?
Yeah, it's going to be a good test, especially we get Arsenal first, I believe, away. I believe
It's 2 weeks. It's the weekend of the 24th. So there's one
yes, it is
game
away.
before. Yeah.
After the international break, we play one game, then go across North London.
Well, you got
good.
You got to stretch there because you have Arsenal and then Liverpool.
Yeah, but then that's it till Chelsea. So that's what I texted a few weeks ago, that we really needed to hammer out the points in the first 10 weeks, because other than Arsenal and Liverpool, which are going to be two tough games, everything else we've got to get results. I mean, it's Brentford, it's Bournemouth, it's Fulham was a League Cup game, Burnley, Sheffield, Luton, Fulham again, Palace, Wolves. We have got to get 3 points in all these, because after Wolves, it goes Villa, City, West Ham, Newcastle. Then we get a break for a second, then Brighton.
Well, you get Nottingham Forest away. That's
Nottingham's
a tough
been
game.
Tough this year.
Nottingham, especially at home, they were tough at home last year, and now they're showing a lot more resiliency away this year. They look like they're up for it this year.
Yeah, that's a brutal stretch, and the one thing I pointed out was, if we go through that stretch of Villa, City, West Ham, and Newcastle, and granted we get Villa, West Ham, and Newcastle at home. We go through that and maybe get a point, maybe 2 points out of those 4 games. Maybe Forest beat us up away. We barely squeak out Everton scores a last minute goal to draw the game level. It's a heartbreaking draw. If you go into the Amex leaking confidence, Brighton will embarrass you. So,
unless you're West Ham, just play them on the counter. Apparently, so give them the ball and play them on the counter. So do what West Ham did.
I guess, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Brighton can score in a hurry. If you are leaking confidence in any way, they will expose you.
I mean, speaking of scoring in a hurry, they got that boy, that boy, Ferguson.
That's gonna be tough.
He's how much is he going to cost next summer? How much is Chelsea going to pay for him? Yeah, that's the question. How much is Chelsea going to pay for Ferguson next summer?
140.
Okay, Brad.
We're not.
We're
not gonna overpay for Tony in January.
And you think time out? And you think that's going to stop Todd Bowley from buying another 9 in the summer?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, he bought 3 6s in a row. He bought Enzo Fernandez for 100. He bought Caicedo for 100, and then he went and bought Lavia for 60. So, like, my man doesn't have an aversion for buying multiple players for one position.
He is going to keep buying until the Premier League tells him to stop.
And then he's going to buy the Premier League. It's going to be the Todd Bowley English Premier League. Brought to you by, what was it, Infinite Athlete?
Infinite Athlete.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. This commercial break brought to you by Clayton Kershaw. But no, like I Ferguson, yeah, I think 140 seems pretty reasonable. He just re-upped his deal to like 2028. So like there's no, unless there's some sort of release clause in there that we don't know about, there's the mystery Caicedo release clause. He is going to be an expensive player.
I had to do a little research after spouting off on Twitter of like I looked up the evaluation on Transfer Market of Ferguson, which I think was about 45, and I just spouted out, why don't we just stop fooling around, offer Brighton 60, 65, $70 million for Ferguson? And somebody came back and was like, no, Brighton said it's 120. I did the SpongeBob, guessed at Krusty Krab meme. What? Like what?
Yeah.
They're really proud of that one, aren't they?
They have no incentive to sell him, right? There's no incentive. They've got all of Chelsea's money anyway, so like it's not like they need any money. They've got a boatload of money from Chelsea just sitting in the bank, so
they just paid off their Amex bill that
Yeah. they got all these Amex points now. They can go on a couple trips. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to be racking up. Speaking of Amex, they're going to be racking up frequent flyers now that they're in Europe.
Yeah, they better swipe it. Correct. All right.
No, that's it. That's a fair point that they do not need the money.
Yeah.
Because they just cashed in, and let's be honest, somebody's probably sniffing around Matoma or what, probably 70-ish, 60. I don't think I'm
A lot.
out of pocket on that number. Yeah,
a lot.
Close to 100 for Matoma. People were sniffing around Estupon last year.
Yeah, especially if it's going in league, if it's going in the Premier League, and it's going to one of the big boys. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
if Liverpool didn't have Diaz, I could see Liverpool splashing 70, 80 million for Matoma.
Manchester United, I know Matoma mostly plays down the left, but like if you could flip him to a right wing, they've got some serious issues at the right wing with Sancho beefing with Ten Hag and Antony being what seems like maybe not a great human being and just being bad at football. Like they've got some
tornadoes down the right. Yeah.
They've got some right wing issues. So maybe they can, I could see United trying to do something like that, but
I think we've got our own fair share of right wing issues. All of us, don't we? Yeah.
Not me.
Football related.
Not Arsenal.
There was another hat trick this weekend.
Oh, we don't talk about robots here. Autobots roll out. They can get out of here. We don't care about him.
He wasn't very robotic, this one. This was just a penalty. And then what was the third one was lucky? Or the first one was rather lucky. One of them was rather... I mean, you got to swing your foot through the ball, but like he's got to make contact with the ball. But was it a deflection?
Maybe the first one. The third one was like a cross, and he was like coming across the goal, and the cross came back, and he just like slotted it into the bottom left corner. It was really nice.
That's right.
That one was really nice.
Yeah. Then it was the first one that I thought, well, if when strikers are striking, then that's kind of like Declan's.
Declan's was very lucky.
When you just swing your foot through the ball. Sometimes it goes in the net.
Swing your foot by the ball and kick it into Johnny Evans' butt, and then it goes through Onana's hand. Hey, I'll take it every day of the week, especially last Sunday.
See what happened here, Brad? I said swing your foot through the ball like Declan Rice, and then James retorted with swing your foot around the ball. Which is what Havertz did. So it's the Havertz influence.
All right. This is editor's note. Sean readily and regularly defends Kai Havertz in our personal conversations.
I do. He has been an important player.
He has.
As far as pulling defenders, occupying space, and making dangerous runs. He just has not seen the ball go into the back of the net, and unfortunately had a really unfortunate whiff. That was pretty funny.
Yes. So, should we look at some football kits, or do you have something super pressing, Brad? What were you going to say?
Howard Webb said that Ake's goal shouldn't count.
That's something we should. I don't think that full. So he recorded another one of those like Premier League mic'd up things where he talks about.
I haven't watched it yet, but
it hasn't released yet. It hasn't released yet. I think it's supposed to come out as of recording. I think it's supposed to come out tomorrow night. So like when you guys are watching this, it should be out on YouTube. We'll react to that next week, I think, because it hasn't released yet.
Jose Mourinho shoo that away.
Okay.
I watched the play with my eyeballs. Akanji is nowhere near the vision between the ball being struck and the goalie and where it went in.
Okay,
he is offsides.
Devil's advocate. Ben Foster today, who is a Premier League goalkeeper, recently retired Wrexham goalkeeper. He's explaining this play on his podcast today, and he's talking about how as the goalkeeper is standing, as Bernd Leno is standing there, he sees Akanji in front of him. He has to assume Akanji's going to touch the ball because the ball is coming at Akanji. Even if he can see the whole ball, he has to assume Akanji's going to play the ball, so he can't do anything yet. And so when Akanji doesn't play the ball, then like just for the fact that Akanji is living there, even if he's not unsighting him, because he's there, it influences Bernd Leno's decision and Bernd Leno's play. That's what Ben Foster said. Maybe that's a goalkeeper defending a goalkeeper, but
you have to know it as Bernd Leno. I don't mean to drag this on, but you got to know as Bernd Leno is offsides. Like, just play the ball.
Sure. I don't.
You're close enough to be able to see that,
but you can't know that. He's not the linesman. He might assume it, but he can't know it. So I don't know.
Sure.
Okay, kits.
Yep.
Premier League
Let's
kits.
do it.
we're kind of I'm not entirely sure how we're doing this. Seems like we're going to begin doing some vibes here. I just want to point out, everyone, if you're on YouTube right now, you get the great premium experience. If you're on one of our podcast sites, I'm not telling you should go watch the YouTube video. You'd get the visuals on it, but we're not going to like describe all the kits. But we are using some visual aids here. So
we are viewing all these sites, by the way, on the Premier League main website, premierleague.com/history/kits. You will be able to see all of the kits of all of the clubs.
Yeah, so that's a good point, Sean. So you can pull it up as well. But right now we're looking at 4 teams. We've got Arsenal, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Brentford on the screen for your viewing pleasure. Do any of these kits stand out to you for any particular reason? There's one
Wimbledon kit.
There's one obvious one.
Of the 60?
Of
the Arsenal?
Of the Arsenal, Villa, Bournemouth, or Brentford. Any of these?
We got the Wimbledon kit.
Okay, Brad's got the Wimbledon AFC kit. That's a tennis ball joke.
Yeah.
Brad's making
didn't get it.
It doesn't look like a tennis ball. It looks like a poorly drawn zebra.
This lime green, like a tennis ball.
Yeah.
When you said the Wimbledon kit, I assumed you were talking about the Aston Villa away because at Wimbledon you wear all white.
Interesting.
Sorry.
So Brad's talking about this Arsenal away kit. It's quite bad. It's it's a 1 out of 10 kit right there. That's not a beautiful kit. But it's made up for by the Arsenal third kit, which is a straight 10 out of 10 jersey.
You know what? Had Arsenal swapped it, it would have been more acceptable.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing.
Like the tennis ball needed to be the third kit.
Yeah, and you wear it once a year.
See, yes. I think Bournemouth could have done the same thing where their third could have been in their away, so we could see that more often. Yeah. That third one's kind of fire.
Yeah, I really like that.
Their regular away kit looks like a fingerprint.
Interesting. I hadn't seen that yet. It's okay. Their third kit is nice. Their third kit is real nice, and they've got a really classic. Like their home kit is really nice as well. The away kit does leave something to be desired. I'm not really a big fan of any of the Aston Villa kits except for the home jersey. The home jersey but that's classic Aston Villa, claret and blue. Like it just is what it is.
What it is. Yep.
For everyone at home, we talked about in the pre-production that we were kind of gonna shy away from the home kits because generally speaking, everybody's home kit year to year generally looks the same.
Yeah.
I mean, Tottenham's is just about the same as we are I think the 2 times it was different was when we had this kind of Jaws fade to blue situation at the bottom of the jersey, which was weird, and then the seatbelt, and then every other year it's just been a plain white kit.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, Brentford also has a really classy home kit, but
isn't it the same from last year, or is it new this year?
It's the same one from last year. That's why I like it.
I thought they're keeping it the same for every 2 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously Arsenal have the best kits out of those 4 teams, hands down, without question, no debate. The motion passes, but you know, let's turn our attention. We'll keep moving now. We'll look at the Brighton, Hove Albion, Burnley, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace kits next.
I gotta say out of home kits that are not your own, Brighton are always my favorite.
Interesting. Love them. What is my favorite non-Arsenal home kit in the Premier League?
Ooh.
Interesting. That's an interesting question.
Palace are up there for me, which is a pill to swallow.
That's
my personal rivalry with Palace.
That is a big one.
But it's just a solid one. I like the multicolored for sure.
I think Palace have had better kits. I think their home kit their home kit with last year was better. I really enjoy the Brighton away kit. The green and black. The green and black looks real nice.
That is fresh.
It's kind of like, I know they're going for one of their sponsors, I'm sure, but it's kind of like the black card from Amex, you know?
Oh, got it.
Mixing that in there?
Because the black card, it doesn't have any restrictions on the green that you can spend.
That's right.
And so you can just swipe
off the dome.
100 IQ from James. cracked the code.
That was amazing. But you guys have missed the best kits. The best kit.
No,
on this whole page.
don't even.
The sponsorless Chelsea kit is
no.
muy
I
great.
couldn't wait for this point. I couldn't wait for this point, Brad, because I've got a bone to pick.
Yeah.
It's 2023.
Yeah.
Sell the front of your shirt. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Make some money.
In last year. It looks clean.
I'm not giving any when we get down there, I'm not giving any clearance. Oh, it looks like Nottingham finally sold their front of theirs. And where was Sheffield? They finally sold the front of theirs. Okay, so it's just you.
So we did sell our home kit, and then the Premier League denied it.
Yeah, because there was some shenanigans with Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus trying to buy Premier League rights, and Chelsea out here simping for them. So that's a little weird.
No,
Brad.
because Peacock wasn't there, but Paramount sponsors Inter. They sponsor another team in Germany, I believe.
Paramount, well, that's the thing that they can take up with their associations.
I don't understand with I get it because of Peacock. But like Paramount Plus would have been an awesome sponsor.
NBC is going to be like, hey, no, what? Yeah, why would? Inter is sponsored by Paramount Plus because they play on Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
ESPN. I think they play on ESPN Plus too.
No. Italy is all.
Italy's
Paramount.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, of course Peacock's going to be like.
But I think Germany has a Paramount Plus jersey too, and they play on ESPN Plus.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Germans just want some money. They just want some money.
I don't know. It would have been a fresh kit. We'll wait to see this Infinite Athlete on there because apparently that we're waiting for the approval.
How? This was leaked like 6 weeks ago that you guys were signing with Infinite Athlete. How has it taken so long? Because they're a fake company?
I don't know.
Because they're a fake company?
No, they were.
They're a shell company.
Merger between two companies.
It's a shell company for Todd Bowley?
Sure.
Okay. I am just absolutely floored that you're coming up with a front kit sponsor of some company that none of us have ever heard of.
Right, doesn't exist.
I mean, at least all the other ones. And then we've got all the other big clubs that you claim to be.
Please tell me what Cinch does. Please tell me what Cinch does.
Brad, we're not English.
Are you comparing yourself to Crystal Palace? Let's go just the big clubs. We've got
Standard Chartered. Please tell me what Standard Chartered is.
Emirates, fly better. Even the American Express, that's Brighton, buddy. Let's go.
Haven't answered my questions yet.
Standard Charter. It's clearly a health and bank organization. Team Viewer. A big insurance company, AIA.
Team Viewer is like it's like a cloud-based communication software. It's like
our company uses Team Viewer.
Zoom. It's like Zoom, something like that.
Sure.
It's where it's usually where IT can remotely take over the computer so they can fix things and do updates and yada yada.
That's one component.
We want to talk about a shell company, Sella.
Okay.
Shell company.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. Everton, Fulham, Liverpool, Luton Town. Boys, this is the first time I'm looking at the Luton Town jerseys.
Bro, they hit copy, paste, change color. Listen, we need an orange kit, white stripe. White kit, orange stripe.
Hey, listen.
Let's do it. If a pair of jerseys said we didn't expect to be here, that would be that one.
They put all of their time and focus into getting the stadium ready. They didn't have time to fool with the jerseys.
And they had their first their first home game this week.
Right. That's right.
We forgot to bring that up, and they scored a goal.
Yo, I'm not really hating on this Luton Town thing because when we would play pickup soccer, everyone would come to the field. In your bag, you'd have your boots, you'd have your ball, and you would have a black shirt or a colored shirt and a white shirt. And like that's how you would break up teams. And so like I don't hate on this. You got a color shirt, you got a white shirt. That's what Luton Town did. They rock up to every game, every stadium, and they say, "What color you want us in? We got colors or we got white." And so no, I like that. I respect that. That's what we used to do back in the day.
I actually really find the away kit pretty clean. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty.
Look,
I think
clean.
the away
They're
kit
both
is
clean.
fresh, but I think if you're individually they'd be both clean. But I think when you put it together next to each other,
It's funny.
you can
It's humorous.
it's hilarious. You can clearly see,
They only play in one at a time. So what is it?
bro. What we're on that though?
let's-
Does Everton have the worst kits this year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
They
You gotta
took
ignore
the
one because it's
they
very
took the
similar to their
worst-
normal.
they took the worst Chelsea third kit, and made it their away kit, and I don't know what this third kit is. It looks like a baseball jersey.
I don't know. Yeah, and I was about to say I kind of like that. I like that third kit, and you said it looks like a baseball jersey. That
Actually,
might be why.
Wait. It looks like a combination of a baseball jersey and a referee.
It looks like if you were about 3 blocks down from an American architecture skyscraper, but you were looking at the corner of it.
Yeah, that's pretty true. It's like the corner of the old World Trade Centers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know you were
like this one.
You were avoiding saying that, but I'll say it. It does look exactly like that.
Darker on this side, a little bit darker on this side, but it's both like lines going up.
Yeah.
Like if
Wow, I hadn't seen that. That's true.
Wow.
let's direct our attention to Jimmy. What is your away kit doing?
What is their third kit doing? Both of
It's
those
a
are
checkered board.
both of those are not good.
The home is sharp as always.
Yes.
They
Yes.
keep it sharp
10
and clean.
out of 10.
It always looks good.
Always easy.
The away. Come on.
It's better than last year's.
I can't ever
Was it
remember
the yellow
last
one?
year's away.
They had the wavy lines.
I don't
It looked
remember.
like what's his name from Big Bang Theory's Halloween costume. Sheldon.
I don't
Sheldon's
know.
Halloween costume when he was the Doppler effect. That's what it looked like last year. So it was
And
better.
then before we move on, this Fulham jersey,
Yeah,
the honeycomb of HBO when your parents didn't have HBO when you were growing up.
I look at their away kit and it's just like
TV
highlighter pink. That's
I-
offensive. That's been pretty offensive to look at.
The third kit is a honeycomb of TV fuzz.
Yeah. One thing I will say about the Liverpool clubs, both their home kits are always very clean. The Everton home kit, very clean. Liverpool home kit, very clean. Their other stuff, not working for me. All right, we're moving over to Manchester. We got Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest.
The Nottingham Forest away kit is what, but black lines and more of them is what the Liverpool kit looked like last year.
Okay.
So I made fun of it then too.
Okay.
We have the Lumberjacks. Look, City got their kits right.
Yeah, I'm looking at
All
this.
clean.
I'm looking at this set of 4, and I'm wondering if this is the best set of 4 in like totality that we've looked at.
I would agree. With that.
I think so.
I hate that United away kit though.
Oh, it's the hit. That is a profound
And the
statement
Forest away kit, but
to
you're
say-
probably correct.
in succession that this is the best combination of 12 kits that we have had on a page, while also having the single worst kit in Manchester United's away.
You guys don't like that United away kit? What do
It
you
looks
not?
like
what do you not
they're
like
gonna go
about it?
chop wood. It looks like they're gonna go chop wood.
I don't know. I'm not a Manchester United fan. I
It looks
actively
nothing. If you took the crest off of that, nothing makes you think it's United.
I actively dislike Manchester United. Don't get. I'm not here like simping for United, but like I think that's a nice looking jersey. I think that's a nice looking kit. I'm not hating on it. Like, does it scream Manchester United to me? No. But like, I think the only thing that really screams Manchester United to me is red with black shorts and black with black shorts, like as their away kit. I've never been really impressed by Manchester United's away jerseys.
Now I think this is another one though that like it should have been the third kit because that third kit is fresh.
It's just a white
With
shirt.
I like
the alternate logo.
No,
I
time
like
out.
the alternate logo.
Maybe that's I'll buy that, but I think City's away third all white jersey with the maroon is so much nicer than United's a third kit. I think the City white jersey is so much nicer.
I will hear that. I'm okay with that.
I like the City away with the City third with the lightning. I think that looks pretty fresh.
So that one kind of reminds me a couple years ago of the Arsenal away kit, the white one that was supposed to resemble the marble from Highbury. It reminds me of that, but it's just black and blue. You asked earlier, Sean, or maybe it was Brad. I forget who asked what our favorite home kit is of a team that's not ours.
Sean.
Newcastle.
Newcastle. It's Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a solid one.
It's a good jersey. It's a really good jersey. Maybe I'm influenced by my my kind of tangential appreciation for black and white kits.
We know somebody that's got a pretty fresh Sven Botman jersey.
Yeah, but that Newcastle home kit also. There's another team that wears black and white stripes. So they float around in Italy. That I have.
Is it? Are they wearing black and white stripes this year, or is it just like
dude,
half white?
No. The Juve home kits this year are nice. They're black and white, but they got these yellow accents. Looks real nice. You should Google it. It's look real nice. And these Nottingham Forest kits. Okay, like at first I was a little skeptical of these Forest kits, but that third Forest kit is actually I think very very nice.
Huh?
The third Nottingham Forest kit. You don't like it?
I think it looks alright.
I think there's way too much going on.
I think it kind of looks cathedral-esque at the top. Like you got these like long windows and like you got like it looks kind of stained glassy. I don't know. I like it. I think it looks really cool. To each their own. Brad thinks the Chelsea jerseys look good. So
they do. Those are the best jerseys we've
all
seen.
Right.
And we always have a Saudi kit for Newcastle now.
True. Yeah.
Gotta make sure you shout out the green for Saudi.
Scroll back up so everyone can see that. Yeah. So, all right. This is the last set of 5 that we have. Okay. So
last set of 4.
Yeah. There we go. So we got Sheffield, Tottenham, West Ham, Wolves.
I like how we kept it. We kept it simple. I'm not sure about the third kits. The
brown.
Yeah.
The toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going for with that one, but this does present a point of contention of a lot of Tottenham fans that we seem to be able to change the color of AIA for every other jersey except the home. Why does it need to be red?
Why can't it be blue?
Why can't it be navy blue?
Yeah.
Or whichever hue of blue we like to call it, but
probably stipulated. Probably stipulated because it's a jersey. It's the kit you guys wear the most.
If I'm looking at this set of 4 teams, these are all very underwhelming. There's nothing exciting about any of these jerseys.
I like the West Ham third jersey.
I'm going to defend the Tottenham away. It doesn't show up here. It doesn't show up here, but that is a matte color.
Okay.
That comes across very well on TV.
Sure.
Very, very, very clean.
I guess maybe what I'm saying is that these are all very safe options. All of these teams made safe choices, like with the exception
for that Wolves third kit.
With the exception of the Wolves kit.
It reminds me of Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's shirt in Rocco's Modern Life.
And their away kit looks Manchester United-esque. Yes. It looks like a Manchester United home kit.
I think United and Wolves got their jerseys mixed up. But their
maybe.
home kit looks like their home kit is super clean this year.
Yeah. So
I like it.
All right.
I like the West Ham third kit.
That looks like a training top to me. That looks like a training top.
Yeah.
It does not look like a jersey. For whatever reason, it just screams like this is what you wear in training.
Part?
I don't know. Yeah, it must be. There was an Arsenal jersey a couple years ago that Puma made that was like this light blue. I'll wear it next week. I wore this kit because it was we're doing the kit review, and this is the best jersey that's ever been made in any sport. It's the Bruised Banana kit. Hands down, greatest jersey ever made.
Yeah, it goes right next to the tennis ball.
I'll wear the blue one that I disdain next week. It's really bad.
It looks like a Brad Friedel jersey from Spurs, like a goalie.
This kid is so fresh.
92,000. How do we feel before we move on? How do we feel about West Ham's crest being also white on the white jersey?
It's interesting that some of the clubs have started to do this, where they let the instead of like the Arsenal logo being like a red cannon, they'll like have it be the same color as the shirt, and the same thing that West Ham did here. It's strange to me. I think I would prefer if West Ham just had their normal kit, their normal crest right there. I think it would look better.
Yeah.
Give it a pop of color too.
Yeah. So. Tell us what you guys think. Get in the comments down below and tell us what you guys think. What your favorite kit is. What you guys think really stands out. What you think is. Tell us what your favorite non your team, like whatever's not your team. So pick something that's not your team, what your favorite kit is that's not your team's kit. That was a hard thing for me to say. It took me like 3 minutes to say it before I got it right.
Pick a kit that's not your favorite team, and let us know which one that is.
Yeah. Do that. That's all we got for you this week. That's all we're doing this week. All right. So we only got one episode for you this week. It's international break. Watch Matt Turner, Christian Pulisic. Watch the U.S. boys do some work.
Florian Balogun.
Yeah, Florian Balogun. My guy. And then we'll be back next week. We got preview of match week 5, I guess we're going into. So
yeah.
Well, we will. I hope you guys enjoy some international football. Do as best you can, and we will see you guys soon. Have a good one.